Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet, another Purple Alphabet holiday gift guide. I love doing this every year. And today's video is sponsored by ThinkFun. Tons of really great games. Love this brand and company. They have a lot of great ideas. And you're definitely gonna wanna watch all the way through to look for that secret bonus code so you can get some extra entries in the giveaway. More details about that at the end. Goat's Day Out is for ages 8 and up. It's multiple players, so you can have 2 to 5 players on this one. Get your little instruction booklet, and you get your goats. So all sorts of different style of goats. Then you get your streets. There are 5 of those. Then you have your game board, which is where you will keep track of all your points and your different rounds that you play. And then these 3 cards have all of the different pieces that you're going to use. There's 108 different pieces. This is your scoreboard. This is what you're going to be using to keep track of your score. And since I'm only showing you how to play, we're not playing multiple rounds here for the video, I'm going to push this up here at the top just so you know it exists, but for our purposes it's not important because that's just what you use to keep score. Everybody who's playing gets a goat. Let's just do with 2 players for now. And everybody who's playing gets a road. And on these roads, you're going to put trash from the trash pile, which are all these little pieces in different shapes. These pieces have beautiful artwork on them. You pick 10 random pieces to go on here, and then the same for all of the streets. And then we're going to set up our bonus pieces, which are our gold bars, just where everybody can reach them, and our coins, because we'll be using those later. And then our stones, which are these little rectangular pieces. I'm going to push the rest of these just kind of off to the side for now. Now in the first round of play, everybody silently looks at their own trays and determines which piece they're going to take for their goat. Once everybody's decided, everybody gets the thumbs up. Everybody at the same time will then take their piece and then add it to their goat. So if you notice on the goat, you have a grid on here, and you're going to get points for putting as many of these pieces onto your goat as you can. There's also a shaded area on here. If you can fill that shaded area completely, you get extra points too. So you want to be strategic in placing as much as you can on your goat. Everybody will do this at the same time. Then the next round, everybody switches their roads. And you keep doing this until all of the pieces on the tray have been used. If you've completely filled out your shaded spot, you're allowed to take some of these bonus pieces. You can either get gold bars, one of the gold coins, or even a stone. Now the gold bars and the coins allow you to get extra bonus points, so you can take the piece and use it later or use it right away. And the stones you can take and you can put them in other people's puzzles in order to prevent them from filling in that spot. So when you're all done and all the pieces have been distributed, then it's time to score up points. Person with the largest group of red pieces will get that many points. So I have none touching on this goat, but I have 2 red over here touching. So in this case, I would win this one and I get 2 points. And you do the same for all the colors for what's touching. So some of these pieces have a little, looks like a bite taken out of it. Then if those are touching with another piece, you get extra points for those. You get points for how many pieces are in your goat. But if you have uncovered squares, like these right here, I did not cover, I have to deduct those from my total. After you're done scoring and you've added up on your points on your scoring chart, you start it all over again and you play additional 2 rounds to find your winner. This one's for ages 8 and up. What intrigued me about this is that it's a training game. So it's set up so that you can actually learn the fundamentals, and they do it in both American and Chinese. So you actually get 2 instruction guides on this to teach you how to play. I'm not going to run through all the rules in this video because I think that it gets kind of intricate with the 2 different games. But when I was looking through the game booklets, they really explain the rules for both versions, and you can learn and play both versions. And I think one of the main differences I understand is that one has runs in it and one game doesn't have runs, like number runs. So you get both instruction booklets to learn American and Chinese version, which means you also get the pieces that you need for that. Traditional Mahjong uses tiles that are, I guess, ceramic. These are made out of cardboard. So these are your tile cards, and you get everything that you need for both versions of the game. And they have fronts and backs to them. And these are like heavy duty cardboard too. Then for the American version, which is in blue, they give you these game boards too. These are the mats that you would place your tile selections on while you play the game. And then they give them to you for the Chinese version too, which is in the red. And then what I think is pretty great about this is that they give you these little folders, and there's 4 of them in here. It's kind of like a cheat sheet. Kind of runs you through all the different rules that you need to know when playing. We have the American side over here, and it runs through all the different things that you do, like the process and how to play. And then the middle section here runs through the types of tiles. It goes through all the different ones with illustrative pictures on here so you can visually see what's going on. And then on the other side over here has the Chinese rules on it that are different from the American, so that when you set this up at your table, everybody could set it up right in front of their spot on the table, and then they can place their board down here and be able to see and look at all the different rules and figure out how to play with this starter guide. And it just is a good starter way to get someone started on learning how to play in both versions. This version of Gravity Maze is for ages 8 and up. I actually have another one I'm going to show you that is for the younger kids to do before this one, but I wanted to do this one first because this is the one that we've started with and we've loved for a while now. It's a marble logic game, and it's got 60 challenges in here. So this is a one-player game, which I think ThinkFun does a really great job at creating these one-player games. So you got your game platform, and then you get your box of 60 challenge cards. These go all the way from beginner to expert, and they're what you're used to set up your challenges and then also to check to see if you got it correct. Then you'll get 9 building towers, and this is what you're going to use to set up your challenges, along with the 3 marbles to run your marble maze. And then lastly is this target tower, which is in red. So in our challenge cards, you're going to see that they're color coded according to the level here. So beginner is in green, intermediate yellow, blue is advanced, and red is expert. So they just tell you how to set it up. On the very bottom, it says add to grid, and that add to grid is showing me a purple and a green. So those are the 2 pieces I know I'm going to be adding to my puzzle to complete it. So I'm going to set those aside and use those later. All I have to do is find these pieces. So I have the target and I have an orange, and I'm going to be adding these and setting them up on here to start my challenge. On the challenge card itself, it shows these little dots. There's little black dots. Those correspond to the black dots on my piece, and it tells me where those pieces are to go. So I can put that here, and then my red one, I do the same thing. I look for the dots, figure out my orientation, and that can be placed here. Also on this card, it's going to tell me my starting point, where that white dot is in the middle of the orange. That is where we're going to start. The marble will start right there. If you look closely, let me put this up here again at the camera so you can see how it's slanted inside the tower and how some places are empty, some places have, a side open and not. Now I know I'm going to add these 2 pieces to the grid to solve this puzzle, which is to get that marble in this side of the target tower. So I have to arrange these in a way so that when I put a marble in the top, it will hit that target. See what I got here. And it went right in there. So I was able to find the solution to this puzzle. You can also turn over the card on the back and to see different solutions. I found a different solution that worked. This also gives you one solution that definitely will work, which is different than what I did. So I had to put the purple here. Oh, it said to use a gray. You guys, I used the wrong one the whole time. Probably all were yelling at the screen that I was using the wrong color, which I tend to do. I tend to make mistakes when I'm filming these videos. All right, so I was supposed to use the gray one. It should have been like that, and it would have worked just fine. Okay, so definitely make sure you're using the right colors and you will solve the puzzle. As you go on, they get more and more complicated and more difficult. This one is Gravity Maze Builder. It's actually for ages 5 and up, so it's a little bit different than the regular Gravity Maze because it's designed for younger players. And once again, it's a one-player game. You're going to see that it's very similar in pieces, where we have our game board. This time it's in blue. We have all of our tower pieces, all sorts of pretty different colors. We have the marbles to use and some spare backup marbles. We have our target tower, and then this time our challenge cards come with this little ringed card set set here, and it walks you through all the different pieces that come with it, and it tells you how they work or don't work, how the pieces can be joined together at the sides. This time, the challenge card has a little picture of a marble on it, so that tells us our starting position, and then the red is at the very bottom, which is our target that we want the marble to go to. The first challenges are the most simple. So on the challenge card here, it tells me I'm going to have a green, yellow, and red in that order on my base, but it shows me which ones those are. We have a green, a yellow, and then our target. So I get to put those on, matching everything up. Once again, looking at the dots and then trying my marble challenge. And in that case, it worked. It went all the way through. So you can see how this is a little bit more easier than the other gravity builder because it shows you where to position all the pieces so that you have a more successful challenge. Now, once you get up higher, it's going to show you stacking pieces on how to stack them. And then even higher than that, it's going to show you what pieces to add. So let me find one of those. Here's a good example here. There's a little highlighted piece over here. This is the piece that we're going to add. So it doesn't add the pieces at first. You will work your way up to that after you build the mazes that are given to you. And then once you get to the higher challenge levels, over challenge 31, you'll start adding in pieces and then stacking to make your marble runs.
And now for the giveaway details, make sure you're subscribed to the Purple Alphabet YouTube channel. I need you here. I would love for you to be here and join the Purple Alphabet family. And then down below, leave me a comment about which one of these I showed you was your absolute favorite and why. Then head over to the giveaway link to officially enter to win. You must be 18 years of age or older and have a US postal address. That link will be in the description box. Right after Thanksgiving, I'm going to announce the winners. Make sure to watch because you'll have 72 hours to respond to claim your prize if you win. And make sure to watch all the other guides because there's a lot of good ideas in there if you haven't already watched them. Click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.